Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hustlers and dreamers, strugglers and silent achievers, welcome to today's talk. Whether you're tuning in from a small village, a big city, or just mentally floating somewhere in between, I want to start with a statement that might just blow your mind, shift your thinking, and give your self-esteem the warm hug it has been needing for a while. You are not competing with anyone. Yes, I mean it. Not even your neighbor who just bought a shiny, brand new car that makes your bicycle look like a museum piece. Not the person on Instagram who seems to be on a never-ending vacation, sipping exotic fruit juice while you sip cold leftovers. Not even your old classmate who acts like they're in an episode of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, raising their hand to answer every life question with perfect timing and perfect hair. Not your cousin who graduated top of the class. Not your friend who bought land and built a house before you even finished building confidence. Not even that person who seems to always be 5 steps ahead, even when you feel like you're standing still. Let me tell you something very important. The world has convinced us that life is a competition, a race, a scoreboard, a constant hustle to outshine others. But that's a lie. The only person you're really up against is the version of you from yesterday. That's it. That's the only valid competition in this lifetime. Once you understand this, life becomes lighter, more joyful, more meaningful. You stop running around trying to impress people who aren't even paying attention. You stop measuring your value based on someone else's highlight reel. And instead, you start becoming the person you were always meant to be. So sit back, let me explain. When I was younger, I thought life was a race. I thought, Jack, if you don't become rich by 30, you are a loser. So I tried everything. I failed the university exam, not once, not twice, but 3 times. I applied to Harvard. They said no. 10 times. KFC came to China. 24 people applied. 23 got the job. I was the 24th. Some people would cry. I laughed. Why? Because I realized something. This race that people talk about, it doesn't exist. I wasn't running against anyone. Everyone was just running in their own lane at their own speed. And guess what? Some people are on skateboards, some are crawling, and some are just sitting on a bench with ice cream, enjoying life. And that's okay. The only competition that's real is between who you were yesterday and who you are today. Have you ever gone to a supermarket and seen someone buy toilet paper and thought, wow, now I must also buy toilet paper or I'll fall behind? No, right? So why do we do it in life? You see someone buy a car and suddenly you're like, I need to buy a car. Even if your house has no driveway, even if you live on the 10th floor. You see someone post about their relationship and you start crying in the corner like, why am I still single? Maybe you're not single. You're just free. You start copying other people's dreams without checking the price tag. Remember this. Just because something is trending doesn't mean it's your destiny. Everybody's journey is different. Life is not a supermarket. You don't need to put everything others are picking into your cart. You don't need to compete. Let's talk about the biggest stage of competition today, social media. Some people are out here living in Bali, drinking coconuts with little umbrellas in them. And you're sitting in your 1-room apartment eating noodles. And then you start feeling bad. But let me tell you a secret. 90% of that is fake. People post their highlight reels, not their bloopers. Nobody shows you the 37 selfies they took before the perfect one. Nobody tells you the rented car, the borrowed watch, or the photoshopped abs. So, you're comparing your real life with someone else's filtered fantasy. And losing. It's like watching a movie and then getting depressed because you're not Iron Man. My friend, you're not competing with Robert Downey Jr. either. Switch off the Olympics of who is doing better and start your own league called How Can I Be Better Today Than Yesterday? Let me tell you a story. You probably know it. There's a race between a rabbit and a turtle. The rabbit laughs. You? Racing me? He runs fast. Then he sleeps under a tree, confident. The turtle? Slow, but steady. He keeps moving. Who wins? The turtle. This is not just a fairy tale, it's a philosophy of life. Everyone wants to be the rabbit. Fast money, fast fame, fast love. But what you need to be is the turtle. Consistent, focused, not distracted by what the rabbit is doing. If you stay in your lane, keep going, you'll reach your destination. And you won't be tired from all that running around trying to look like someone else. Now let me ask you this. Who were you last year? Were you more confused, more broke, more anxious, more lazy? If today you're even 1% better than yesterday, that's success. Success is not always getting a new job, a bigger house, or six-pack abs. Sometimes it's saying no to junk food. Sometimes it's finishing a book. Sometimes it's not punching your boss in the face, even though he deserves it. Small wins add up. Don't underestimate the power of tiny growth. Every day you grow, you win. Every day you don't give up, you're stronger. And guess what? The only person you need to beat is your old self. I became a millionaire at 35, a billionaire at 40. Before that, I was just Jack, the English teacher with a weird smile and even weirder ideas. People thought I was crazy. They laughed when I said I wanted to start an internet company. They said, "You know nothing about computers." I said, "That's why I hire people who do." Some people succeed at 20, some at 50. Colonel Sanders was frying chicken in his 60s. Morgan Freeman got famous after 50. Meanwhile, some of your classmates peaked in high school and now fight in WhatsApp groups over football scores. Timing is different for everyone. Don't rush. You are not behind. You are not competing. You are just becoming. Ask yourself, are you chasing value or vanity? Vanity is wanting to be rich so others think you're important. Value is building something that helps others and changes lives, even if it's just your own. Vanity fades. Value lasts. One day, your likes on Instagram will disappear, but the skills you build, the kindness you show, the discipline you develop, that's yours forever. That's what makes you truly successful. I tell young people, don't build a life that looks good. Build a life that feels good. That's the difference between impressing others and respecting yourself. You know what's better than competing with others? Laughing with them. Support your friends. Clap when someone wins. It won't reduce your chances of success. The sky has space for millions of stars. Your shine doesn't dim mine. And if you ever feel low, just remember, I got rejected by KFC. You'll be fine. Stop taking everything so seriously. Learn to laugh at your failures. Learn to say, wow, I messed up great. I learned something new today. If you can laugh, you're not losing. You're learning. Let me repeat this for the people in the back. You are not competing with anyone. Your only job is to wake up every day and ask, what can I do today to grow? What can I learn? How can I improve? Some days you'll move fast. Some days you'll crawl. Some days you'll just breathe and survive, and that's okay too. You're not a robot. You're a masterpiece in progress. Stop measuring your journey with someone else's ruler. My friends, listen to me carefully. Life is not a competition. It's not a boxing ring where you have to knock someone out to get ahead. It's not a 100-meter sprint where you must beat Usain Bolt to win a medal. No, life is more like a giant, messy classroom. And not the neat kind with air conditioning and fancy projectors. No, I'm talking about the chaotic classroom with a broken chalkboard, noisy students, one confused teacher, and a goat randomly walking in. Everyone is learning. Everyone is struggling. Some are falling asleep, some are repeating the same lesson for the 10th time, and others are still looking for their pencil. And you know what? That's perfectly okay. You're not here to win against anyone. You're here to win yourself back. From self-doubt, from procrastination, from your phone, yes, especially from your phone, from the urge to scroll TikTok for just 5 minutes and end up 3 hours deep watching a cat bake a cake. You're here to defeat laziness. That tiny voice in your head that says, we can start tomorrow. Tomorrow is a better day. It's more productive. That voice is a liar. Don't listen to it. So next time someone comes to you and says, look at what they are doing. Look how successful they are. You take a deep breath, smile like you've just remembered a good joke, and say, I'm not competing. I'm creating. I'm evolving. I'm becoming. And most importantly, I'm minding my own business, peacefully. And trust me, when you focus on your growth, your healing, and your progress, even slow progress, you'll discover peace, purpose, and the kind of success that feels good, not just on your resume, but deep in your heart. Thank you. Now go win against the old version of you, not your neighbor with the loud car.